Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the Life Project with Ifiansa. If you are new here, my name is Ifiansa and I film about entrepreneurship and adulting in Ghana. More recently, I started a series called Art, Culture and Design series. So basically what that is exploring entrepreneurs in those areas, and with culture, it's just talking to different people about their cultural experiences, mainly here in Ghana, about growing up in Ghana, what it was like growing up in Ghana, how culture is influencing their business, how it's influencing their lifestyle, or just different stages of their adulting life. So far, it's been great. I have published 3 interviews that I have done. I have done a couple more, which I'm looking forward to posting. I also have a couple that I have scheduled. I'm looking forward to them so much. I can't wait to share those with you in this period as well. I'm also improving my videos. I am my own camera woman and sound engineer and everything, but it's a great journey, and I am soon getting people to help as well. But so far the conversations have been amazing. Honestly, I have learned so much, and I just thought I should do a short video today just talking about some of the things that I have learned, and I'm hoping that you have picked up as well from those conversations. One of the first things that I'll talk about is change. I did realize with all 3 that, you know, they started off doing one thing and thought, hey, why not explore this other gift of mine that I have. With Naki's video, she started off as an architect. She put that on hold for a bit. We don't know if she's going to continue or not. She did say she wasn't sure, but for now she is 100% working as a full-time artist and illustrator, and she's loving it, and she's growing in that area. And I thought that was an amazing story, that sometimes we study one thing, or we start off announcing that we are doing one particular thing, and we feel like we need to stay in that space, maybe because we don't want to feel like we failed, or we don't want to feel like, oh well, everybody's expecting this of us, or for whatever reason, you know. But sometimes you grow, you mature in life, you mature in whatever it is that you really want to do, or your vision just gets clearer, you know. And I think that it's okay to change your mind in life. That's another thing I will talk about one of these days. I'll do a video on changing your mind and what it really means for you as an individual and for other people when one person starts off doing something and they change their mind and they do something else. In Abokome's video, she also talked about how she started off planning to be a medical doctor, and today she's an amazing event planner. You know, she started her own company. She's been running it for 12 plus years, I think, and she's doing very well, you know, to the point where she's even coaching people, and she's coaching other event planners. She's preparing a lot of couples for marriage and how to plan their own weddings and all of that, you know. And it's amazing. The stories are endless. I interviewed Keisha, who's an artist, who's balancing being an artist and balancing being an attorney. It sounds wild to me, but she's doing it. It's amazing. She doesn't have to pick one over the other. If she has these 2 gifts that God has blessed her with, why pick one? If you can figure out how to balance 2, 3, 4 things, just why not? You know, sometimes you do multiple and one falls off and you focus on the other, or whatever it is. Your vision, like I'm going to keep saying, will get clearer, and that's okay. That's actually what you want. I know I started my career as an interior designer. I'm still an interior designer, but I started off expecting to stay in that the whole time. I just thought my path was going to be interior design from point A to point Z, you know. But somewhere along the line, after I studied project management for my master's, there was this job opportunity in the IT department in a bank, and I thought, IT and banking, that's not me. I don't have the IT experience or anything like that, but I did have project management experience. And when I did my research, I realized that the principles and everything can apply anywhere, you know. So I interviewed for the role, got hired for the role, and I did amazing. I remember my first day I entered, and they had what we used to call production meeting. And that's where they talk about things that are doing well and things that are not doing well, and who's supposed to be fixing what, and, you know, like the meeting sometimes gets so intense. And I remember it feeling like I was in some serious high-tech action movie, and they were talking about port switches and applications and Apeta, whatever is down. And I remember I was just so overwhelmed that day, but it only took a couple of weeks for me to realize, oh, okay, so this is an application. Oh, this is what this port, when they say a port or a switch, or this is what it means. You know, when they're talking about these applications or mentioning these names, some of them are not necessarily the actual application. It's probably just what that project was called as at the time that they started it, so that name stuck, you know. And it just seemed like you know, but eventually I picked up all of those things and I was running, you know, pretty big IT projects, and they did very well, you know. So sometimes you don't realize some of the things that you are capable of doing. You know, you find yourself in a certain space and you realize, oh, this is not bad, I'm actually good at this, or oh, I actually love doing this. You know, I had someone reach out to me this week, and she was saying that she just finished university. She studied geography and political science, and she's running IT projects in a company now. And she was like, I need help, coach me, you know. And I was just thinking, I would not have been in a position to extend that kind of help or coaching to somebody if I had not had that experience. Today I'm running a website, you know, where I was able to fuse IT and interior design. Once again, I wouldn't have been able to do that if I did not have that experience, you know. So sometimes we really put ourselves in a box and not realize our full potential because we've just been in this one box. You know, I know sometimes we see these memes or reels going on about if you stay in your comfort zone. You know, it's actually really true. Sometimes staying in your comfort zone does not allow you to realize your full potential, you know. So another thing that I learned from these videos, the interviews that I've had, is that people realize their full potential, or they've not even gotten to that point. You know, Abakuma talked about what she sees in her future, you know, what she wants to do, bigger and amazing things, you know. So she hasn't even, as well as we are looking at her and feeling like, oh, she's made it, she's done it, you know, to her, she has still not gotten to that point. And I think that's amazing. I think that sometimes I wonder, at what point have you really gotten to, you know, the stage where you feel like, I've made it, I've arrived, you know, maba, you know, medu, or like I don't know. At what point do you really feel like you have gotten there? I don't know what that point is, but I'm going to enjoy this journey. I'm going to enjoy the process getting there. I do plan to interview. I have a couple scheduled, actually, a couple of older people that I would interview as well, who have been where we are, you know, who have experienced what we've experienced, who have gone through this entrepreneurship journey and have either passed on the business to someone else, or retired from doing that and they're doing something else, or they're just enjoying life right now. You know, what does that also feel like, so that we know what we are getting into, so we can look forward to that as well, or so we can also just have a better perspective on what things are going to look like some 20, 30, 40 years from now. Yeah. Another thing is that when you are on your entrepreneurship journey, I think you realize a lot of things about yourself that you didn't know were there. And you also learn a lot of things that actually help you in your daily life. Some of it could be planning or learning how to be patient. I think that's one thing I've learned as an entrepreneur, to be very patient. And I think in some of the interviews, some of my guests talked about that, you know, just being patient and allowing yourself to realize the best things of yourself or of your business, you know. So just being patient, I think it's a good trait. I think that's something that I have learned over the years. Another thing is learning to nurture certain skills. As I mentioned, I'm my own producer. I never for once, I'll do a whole video, a different video on the things I've learned and how far I have come. It's only been 7 months since I transitioned completely into this entrepreneurship journey, but there are so many things I have learned. I can't wait to share them with you, but there are so many things I've learned since I started, things I just didn't expect that I would be able to do. You know, I'll do a short video on that. Yes, so from the art, culture, design series, I realized that the culture aspect of it is not coming out the way I wanted it to. So I'm going to include a culture conversation, probably separate from the entrepreneurship journeys that I'm doing. But the culture conversations are going to be amazing. It's going to be understanding the backgrounds that people are coming from and how it's influencing who they are today, or influencing their vision, their objectives, their goals, influencing their daily lives. So if you are a bachelor, if you are a married woman, if you are a mother, how is culture, your culture, affecting who you are? I think we don't talk about that enough, or at least I don't see enough of it. I am half fancy, half Ga. I speak Ga because my mom is Ga, and we used to hear her speak it at home. My dad wasn't speaking fancy with us, so it's not something that we learned. My dad speaks Ga too, so both my parents would speak Ga, and we all learned Ga at home. So I feel like that's an interesting thing, like it's an interesting fact about me. People hear my name is typical fancy, Nana Esi Efiansa, cause hardcore fancy. But I don't speak any fancy. I could probably understand a little bit if you speak, but it is Ghana that I speak. So it's an interesting thing to know, does everyone experience it that way? Do you tend to speak what your mother speaks, or is it just my home? So just understanding some of those things, just basically how your culture or your background has influenced who you are today. So yeah, I think I'll end now by saying a big thank you to everyone who's been watching, who's been reposting. Guys, the comments, you send me DMs and messages and everything, encouraging me and telling me what you liked and what you didn't like and what you learned and stuff. But let's have these conversations in the comment section. I think it would be nice if we are able to engage there, share our thoughts, help each other. And you never know, you might find someone in the comment section who could probably help you with one or two things in your business. I think on this journey, that's something I've learned as well, that you are going to need people. You can't do everything, and relationships are key. So if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, say something in the comments, let me know you are there, let me know you are watching, let me know you are enjoying this. If you are, it would be great to know. And if you are not, I want to know why and what I can do to also change that experience for you. Yeah, subscribe and share. I see more views than subscribers, but guys, come on, subscribe. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. So goodbye.